Hi guys, here Irina Giblet, and I would like to talk with you about our South and North nodes. It's in astrology. What is this? If you believe in karma, if you believe in reincarnation, so the very important part of her horoscope are nodes. What is nodes? It's a fictive points. It's not a planet where ecliptic is crossed by moon orbit, and in horoscope we can see north and south node. So what is this about? Even in other names you can find it's like head of dragon, it's north node, and the tail of dragon, it's south node. So what it means, today I will talk about tail of dragon, the south node. It's if you believe in reincarnations and in karma, it means the south node or tail of dragon, it's something what you brought from your past lives. It's your experience from past lives which you can use in this life, in current life, to get to your south, to your north node or head of dragon. Depending in what house your tail of dragon or south node is, it describes what your strength points are, what you can use in this life actually to get to the north node or head of dragon. So we start from first house of horoscope. You know, it's 12 houses in horoscope, and depending where this node is, I can describe you what you can do in this life. For instance, if your tail of dragon is in first house is our personality, it's our talents, it's our internal part of me. Yes, so it means from the past lives you brought your some talents which can help you to develop another people, because if your south node is in first house, your opposite, the north node, will be in seventh house. It's opposite, and always you have to look how it works. So you, in this case, you have to be more about other people, not about yourself. If your south node is in second house is house of money. First of all, it's some material things like cars, the everything you have in your house, your decoration, and if you, and money you spend actually. So if you have the south node in this house, it means in past lives you knew how to spend, how to earn money. Yes, and you can teach another people to do it, how to make money and how to save them. Yes, if it's in third house it's house of our brothers, sisters, and actually it can be education as well. So if it's in third house, it means that you have experience from the past life to communicate with your neighbors and with your brothers, sisters, and be a good student. And actually you can find that probably this area of your life is not difficult for you. So it means like you don't have so much problems with your sisters or brothers, or your education is not like you don't find any problems to do it, and some of these people can have different types of educations, not just one. Fourth house, if you have fourth house, it's our roots, genetic roots. It's actually our motherland. It's a place where we live. It's our house or apartment. So if you have the South Node in this house, it means that you have experience already to create a family roots, and in this life you shouldn't be too obsessed about creating some property, or I don't say don't buy a house or apartment, but I mean it shouldn't be the main purpose of the life. Yes, I mean, because you have already experience to create these roots and build a house, or just stay forever in country you were born. In this case, it means that you actually have to go to opposite side. Like a lot of people I know who has a South Node in their fourth house, they immigrated, they never stayed in the same place, so they change the country of living, and it's very often. The fifth house, it's our creativity, it's our children's, first of all. So if you have South Node in fifth house, it means you have already experience to have a kids, and probably you know how to deal with them. And actually, in that case, you still can have your kids. Don't get me wrong, but you still can have more contacts with other kids. So it's often that people who works as a nurses, or not nurses, but as a teachers in kindergartens, so they can have this South Node in their fifth house, so they more communicate with somebody else's children that was their own, because they already have this experience to deal with their children. And usually they don't have problems with children if it's good aspects for this in their horoscopes as well, because we have to look in general on horoscope. No, it's just I'm telling you about something you can use for your current life, like this south and northern nodes. Sixth house, if you have the node, South Node is in sixth house, it means that you had experience in past lives as a person who had a group of people who were working for him, and actually opposite, if you want to develop, evolutionary develop, I mean, you have to be concentrated more to serve actually to another people. Yes, if your South Node in sixth house, seventh house, it's house of our wives, husbands, and partners. So if we have South Node in seventh house, it means that we have experience, a big experience from past lives to communicate with other people, and it means that we can use this experience to develop actually our internal me. Yes, so it doesn't mean that you will never have a partner, because sometimes you can read that it's not a good sign if you have a South Node in seventh house, but it just means that it will be not the main subject of your life. Yes, relationship and contacts with other people. Eighth house, it's money or resources of other people. In astrology, it's not just this, it's also the house of operations and stresses and so on, but we will not talk about this meaning. If you have South Node in 8th house, it means that you have to concentrate more on earning your own money. Yes. And if you have a South Node in 8th house, it's not bad sign, because it reduces the amount of stress which life can bring you, actually, or operations. But again, we should look on general on your horoscope to make the whole picture of horoscope. 9th house, if your South Node is in 9th house, it means that you have experience from the past life. You had your own mentality, and as well, 9th house, it's something like foreign countries. So probably you had experience in past lives to live not in your own place, but where you were born, but to move a lot to other countries. So actually, it means that probably you will stay in place where you were born, and also it means that you have to concentrate, if the Southern Node is in 9th house, on your education. The South Node, or Ketu, or we say like tail of dragon, other name, is in 10th house. You have experience already in making career and business, probably, and if you see the picture like this, it means that you have to use it as a base to develop something inside of your family, to create a family, your family nest. So more concentrate on family than on career. If your Southern Node is in 11th house, it means that you have already experience to deal with somebody else's kids. Probably in the past lives you were like a teacher in preschool, for instance, and in this life you better concentrate on your own kids. And 12th house, if you see the Southern Node in 12th house, it means then in past lives you were already so how to say in correct way, you served to another people. Maybe you worked as a missioner, or you worked as a nurse, or you worked in service, and it means that you have a big experience in this area. So in this life, better to or you were probably a magician. It can be as well. You have experience of very deep knowledges and intuition and so on. So in this life, you probably will working for somebody, yes, and as well in this life you probably will find that your health, you have to, in correct way to say, you have to look after more about yourself, because look after yourself more, because the people who have Southern Node in 12th house, it means their Northern Node in 6th house, it means that they can have more problems with their health. So you have to look after yourself, find a right weight for physical activity, or look after what you eat, and so on. So that was information about the tail of dragon and head of dragon, but more about tail. In the next video I will talk about head of dragon. So where we have to go, what goals we have to reach, or what is the best for us for our evolution. Yes. So if you like my video, make your likes, subscribe, make your comments, and go to my Instagram account, Irina Giblet Astro, and subscribe. I wish you a good evening, and bye.